Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel and welcome back again to another painting tutorial. If you're new, hello and welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy my videos. So today I chose a seascape painting. For those who just subscribed or who for the first time are watching my channel or watching my videos, my very first tutorial was a seascape. So today I decided to create another seascape. It's not my second time or third time doing this, but it's been a while since the last time I painted or I videoed myself painting a seascape. So let's begin now. I'll be linking in the description box below as always the reference image for this painting tutorial. And we will only be using a few colors today. Well, it's not it's not like two colors. We'll be using 6 colors today, so I guess that's relatively few, and most of the colors, if not all, that I'll be using today are commonly used by most artists. So here are the colors that I'll be using: phthalo green, burnt sienna, black, phthalo blue, mid yellow. You can also use your cadmium yellow, and of course lots of titanium white, because we'll be painting as well lots of clouds today, which is also one of my favorite subjects, painting clouds. So let's begin now guys. I'm gonna sketch first the subject and I'll be using my paint straight away in sketching the subject. And let's define first where the horizon is gonna go. So I'll be using my blue. Okay, I hope you can still, yeah, you can see my palette here. Okay. So I'm gonna define first where my horizon is gonna go. So I'm gonna get my phthalo blue. So my horizon is going to be right here because the sky will be the main focus of our painting. So right here. Like that. All right, just like that. You don't need to use a ruler to make a straight line. Just try to relax your hand and just paint a straight line. It's not really super straight. I mean, my line is not, but generally it's straight enough for me to be able to paint horizon that is not really crooked or anything like that. So I'm gonna do first the sky because I love painting the sky. So for the sky, I'm just gonna use a large brush. So I'm gonna wash my brush. I'm gonna underpaint it using my, again, phthalo blue and then white. We'll be using a lot of white today. Let's begin. This is just the first layer. I'll be going over it later. I'll be painting over it again. Okay, just like that. All right, just like that. And as I told you guys, I'll be painting over it again later. But for the first layers, I'm just gonna allow this first to dry, and then I'm gonna go back to it later, because as the paint dries, some of the paints sink or seep through the pores of the paper. Okay, I'm just gonna allow that first to dry before I move on to detailing it. So now let's go and make some waters. So for the watercolor, for the color of the water, not for the watercolor, I'm gonna use again my okay, I just got a huge blob of white paint on my finger. So I'm just gonna get my phthalo blue, tiny bit of brown to kind of darken the blue color. And let's redefine the horizon line. Alright, just like that. And then I'm gonna get my green, phthalo green. I'm gonna add yellow and white. And then I'm gonna color this area. I'm gonna get white, okay? I'm not washing my brush, as you can see here. And I'm going to create some blended water area here. It's quite blended. Alright, like that. Alright, like that. Maybe I'm gonna make it more green. Like that. Okay, I'm gonna wash my brush out. I'm gonna get my brown. So get your brown, and I'm gonna mix. I keep touching. I keep touching my white paint. So I'm gonna get my brown, and I'm gonna mix that with yellow, and then tiny bit of black, just tiny bit. All right, and then maybe white. And I'm just gonna create the sandy part. Like that. I'm gonna get my yellow, and I'm gonna go near the waters. I'm just gonna use this yellow. Alright, like that. Later I'll be removing the tape so that, it kind of makes sense a little more. Alright, like that. And I'm gonna use this color to, again, glaze the water, because some sand are being washed away by the waters. So we need some sand color on the water area. Alright, just like that. Okay. I'm gonna allow things first to dry down here, and then let's go back to the sky, the main focus of this seascape painting. But can you give me a second, guys? I'm just gonna get a huge brush. So I just got my huge brush. It's pretty, well, it's not super big, but it's bigger than my usual brushes for us to be able to create some some clouds, all right? So for the underpainting of the clouds, I'm gonna get my white, okay? Tiny bit of black to make some gray color like this, and then blue. It's like this. Maybe it's too blue, I'm gonna add more white. Okay, we're going to dry brush. So just remove the excess water from the paintbrush. So I try to damp it. Okay, just damp, and then I'm gonna go and create some cloud-like brush strokes. As you saw, I did not really wet my brush because we'll be doing some dry brushing, as I've already told you. So I'm gonna go and make some circular these are circular brush strokes. So this that I am doing, it's just the underpainting. We'll go back to it later to give it some highlights. For now, let's just create some gray colors. I'm gonna darken it a bit. And I'm gonna go here and apply that gray color. Okay, I'm gonna go dark blue. I'm gonna add black to my blue. I'm gonna add white. So it's like this color. Okay, and then add more blue. And again, just dry brushing. We're going to darken some areas. Maybe it's too dark. We can always adjust it by adding white. If you're not a fan of scrubbing, just like what I'm doing, you don't have to do this. If you have your own way of creating clouds, you can do that. But this is my way of creating clouds, and that is to really make use of my brushes. I think if brushes have, if they could speak, they probably tell me that they're kind of enjoying the way I'm using them, because I really give them purpose. I am actually using them for a purpose, you know. It's not just about having good materials. It's also about making sure that what you have you're also making use of them, because I don't want my brushes to just collect dust. I want to make use of them. Now, um, if you think the way I'm using it is not right, uh, it's all right. I mean, I have my own way of using my paint brushes. In fact, this brush is already, it's been years since I've been using this. So it's still alive and still doing its job. All right, so that's pretty much the underpainting for the clouds. When we do the highlights later, things will be more beautiful. So I'm getting more white, and this time we will only be using pure white because we'll be highlighting. But even if we'll be using only pure white, I won't be washing my brush, because I kind of want the remaining paints to still be there even if I'm already doing the highlights. So I'm just gonna get my pure white. Okay, I keep touching the white, I don't know why. And again, just dry brush and okay. Just highlight some areas. Like that. This is actually like just fun. I'm having fun, to be honest. Alright, I'm gonna use my palette knife to make some more details on the clouds. So I'm gonna use the back of my palette knife. Don't worry, this is dry. It's not wet acrylic, so it's not gonna mix with my white. I'm just gonna use the back of my palette knife and create some more texture. So I'm gonna dab onto my white using the back. And I'm gonna create some details. Okay, I'm gonna allow the tip of the canvas to make texture for me. Okay. I'm not gonna try to really control it because kind of like the spontaneity of palette knife. Like that. All right, like that. Okay. I really like this one. I like this one. So I'm gonna add some tiny detailing in between clouds because it's not just light blue in the background. There are also some hints of dark blues. So I'm gonna get my pure phthalo blue. Okay. Maybe I'm gonna add a tiny bit of white, but it's dominantly blue. I'm gonna use that to go in between clouds. Just to darken it, you know, give it some depth. And as you can see, I'm using my fingers to really apply the paint. I'm not really scared in using my hands directly in contact with paints. I've been doing that for years and I'm still okay. Like that. Let me check. Yeah, that's what I like about using my hands. All right. Okay. I think I'm starting to obsess already about doing the clouds. Let's proceed to detailing the water. We can always go back to this area later. Let's just move on to this area so that we don't really concentrate and waste our time doing a particular part, because you know we should do the painting as a whole so that we get things done. Okay. So I'm gonna fix again the horizon line. I'm just gonna use my phthalo blue mixed with green. This time, I'm just gonna define it even more, although we've already defined this earlier. If yours is already defined, then you don't have to do this step. Okay. All right, and then I'm just gonna go and use my blue on the corners or on the sides of the waters, just like that. Okay, now I'm gonna use again my palette knife. We'll be creating some foams. I'm gonna dab it onto my existing white color. that has some blue and gray colors. And I'm gonna create like some foams. It's not really visible. All right, like that. Okay, I'm gonna remove the excess white. Okay. Again. I'm using the edge of my palette knife to kind of define the foamy area. Okay, just like that. And then, okay, I'm gonna get again my pure blue, phthalo blue. I want to create some depth. Okay, now we're going to get our dark brown. Okay. Okay, and then I'm gonna use this to create some shadows on the foam. So basically just outlining the foam. You know, in effect, it's giving it some shadows. All right. Now I'm gonna use the same dark brown, and we're going to use our palette knife, okay, to create some depth on the sand part. Now we're going to create some highlights. I'll be using some yellow and then white. Okay, and then brown to kind of create some more highlights on the sand. Like that. Right. Okay, I'm gonna use a clean palette knife, and I'm gonna get again my pure white. So I'm gonna get my pure white and use the back of my palette knife just to create more foams. Like that. Okay, I'm gonna get my green just to add some greeny colors on the water. And then some sand colors. Okay, like that. And then I'm gonna get a cleaner brush again just to create more highlights on. Let's go back to the foams. We can create more details. Like that. Now we go back to the sky. Okay, let's create some dark blues again. Okay, like that. I kind of like this painting. I really, really like it. Okay. So I'm using white to create more textures on the clouds. Okay, I'm gonna make some highlights on the sandy part. So I'm just adding white to the existing sandy color that we have here. All right, like that. Okay. I'm gonna get my white. Oops. Let's go and glaze the foamy part with some white. So it's like this. Just glaze it. Do not apply so much pressure on your canvas paper or canvas board. Alright, I'm gonna apply some glazing over here. All right, just like that. I just added a tiny wave. All right. Actually, guys, from the reference image, there is some sort of a hut or like a shade, like an umbrella you find on the beach. So I think I'm gonna reposition that. I'm not gonna base anymore on the reference image. I'm just gonna reposition it somewhere here because I don't want it to be the main focus. I want it to be somewhere like on the side. So I'm gonna get a pointy brush, or you can use your square brush. I'm gonna get my black and then brown. Let's create that tiny umbrella. Kind of like it because it has some shadow. So just create a straight line as much as possible. I don't think mine is that straight, but we can fix that. And then I'm gonna go and make the umbrella. So it's like that. And then I'm gonna underpaint everything with the same color. Okay, using the same color, we're going to create the shadow. So I'm gonna go and create its shadow. Remember, shadows are quite distorted version of the thing being cast on. Like that. So the light is coming from the right side, you can tell. Okay. Now I'm gonna get the colors that we use for the sand. So that is yellow and then brown and then black. Okay, like this color. Maybe add more yellow and white. Okay, more yellow. We'll be using this to create some details on the umbrella. I'm gonna add more white, I think. So it's like this. Remember, the light is coming from the left side, or from the right side, sorry. So our left side should be more light. All right, this is good. This is good. I'm gonna get my black. I'm just gonna create some depth on this side. Okay, I'm gonna get my brown, just brown, so there should be some variation of colors. I think I need to fix this area. Okay, like that, because I went outside my sketch. Right, like that. Okay, I'm gonna use the sandy color that we already have. I'm just gonna go around the shadow area to really emphasize the shadow. Okay, and using more white to that color. Again, just highlight the right side. Okay. Let me check. Oh, this is nice. This is nice. Oh my gosh. All right. Because the right side is actually darker, or yeah, it's not really receiving much light compared to the right side. So I'm gonna darken also the waters because we have to be consistent with the light source. So I'm gonna use my blue and green. I'm just gonna glaze this area, maybe tiny bit of black. Do not overdo the black color. Just a suggestion of insufficiency of light. I called it insufficiency. I don't know if it's the right term. All right, like that. Also here. Okay. All right, just like that. And then I'm just gonna blend the colors. Because I can see that it's not well blended. All right, like that. I'm gonna lighten this area. Like that. Okay, more highlights. All right, like that. Oops. Some browns. All right, like that. Oh, this is nice, guys. I think I just have to fix where my shadow is located. All right, I think we're done, guys. We're done. So I hope you enjoyed this one, guys. I'm gonna sign this now, and I will show you the picture without the tape. I'm gonna remove the tape, but I think I have to sign this now. I'm gonna use my black and sign right here where it's not really busy. This side, or okay. I'm gonna remove the tape so that we really get to see and appreciate the beauty of this piece, because the tape is quite distracting. All right. Check. Okay, this is a beautiful, beautiful painting. I really like this one, guys. So I hope you enjoy this one, and I hope you do this one as well. What do you think? Oh, should I add more detailing? I'm not sure about that, but I think this is basically done, right? I don't know. I'm gonna try to clean the sky. I'm gonna use white. Okay, you know me, guys. If you've been to my channel for quite a while, you probably have noticed that I keep changing my painting right at the moment when I decide to close the video. I'm using white to kind of blend the colors of the clouds. I want some blending to happen here. I don't want the clouds to be looking like cotton balls. Let me check. All right. Okay, this is what I like more. Some sort of blending. Okay, I'm just gonna add white. Yes, we're done, guys. So see you in my next video. I hope you enjoy this one. I really like this one, and you know me, I'm really crazy about Seascape. And I saw another. I don't like the dark colors. It's too dark. All right, that's way better. So I hope you like this one. I hope you painted along with me, or if you're painting along with me, let me know in the comment section below, or tag me on your social media posts, whether it be Facebook or Instagram. Let me know that you painted along with me, or how do you think about this painting, and share this with your friends. Like this video if you really like it, and let other people know that I exist by sharing this video on your social media. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you for watching, and thank you for painting along with me. See you in my next video.